Psalm 21 verse 6 says, "For you make him most blessed forever. You make him joyful with gladness in your presence." Joyfulness and gladness are two characteristics that I think many people are looking for today. I think most people like to be joyful and glad, but what can we do to cultivate joy and gladness in our lives? Well, joy and gladness in this passage are found in the presence of the Lord. But how do we get there? I think trusting in him or remembering in him his works, walking in his ways are all things that draw us near to him. James 4 tells us if we draw near to God, he will draw near to us. Pastor Chris, actually mentioned in week 1 of our sermon series, Spirituality, that spiritual maturity is recognizing more quickly the nearness of God, that the veil between he and I is thinner and thinner. What we've discussed this week as we've walked through some Psalms are all the things that help us draw more closely to God. But here is the question. It is not if God will do it. He is faithful. The question is, will we do it? Will we sacrifice the time, the energy, our own desires, our own comfort, our pleasures, our own safety even, etc., etc.? Will we sacrifice to be near to him? To put off the flesh and then put on Christ? Will we do it? Will you do it? Will you delight yourself in the Lord more than in the things of the world? Psalm 37:4 tells us that if we delight ourselves in the Lord, he will give us the desires of our heart. One interesting thing noted by saints is that as you draw near to God, your desires actually shift to align with his desires, to align then with his will. So as we delight in him, we find ourselves more in his will. It's quite amazing. But the question remains, will you set aside the time, the focus, and the energy to be with him, to delight in God, so that our desires can change to want to be in his presence? Friends, he is faithful, and there is joy and gladness in his presence, and we have the option to choose as followers if we will be there or not. Jesus made a way, hallelujah, but will we go? Will you go?